Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven. As you can see, I'm a bit late to the party, but I have got a Steam controller. For me, this was a must-buy purchase, just purely so I can experience this kind of controller. In my opinion, this is the first real attempt at evolution in controllers for a very long time. Basically, the controllers that we see over the past, I don't know, what, 10, 15, even maybe 15 years, I don't know, but it's been quite a while that we've just been kind of stuck with the dual thumbsticks and then the D-pad and the buttons. Like most of the controllers that are coming out fairly recently, they're just using that format. Obviously, different companies will arrange those items in different ways, you know, so they think that's more comfortable. But anyway, I mean, obviously before that, basically we had the same, but without the thumb sticks, without the analog thumbsticks. So this really is very exciting for me because it's like the very first attempt at evolution with the controllers, and I'm really excited to see what it is like. So as you can see, basically the controller is in a box and it's got like a slip cover over the top. Let me turn it around. On the back it just says play all your Steam games from your couch, or if you're English, from your sofa. Some information there, not that exciting really. And again, I need to turn this around. Yeah, it just basically tells you what is in the box. Not really anything overly exciting. I suppose I should try to focus on the text. So if any of you guys would like to see that, you can basically just pause the video. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of a jump cut because I don't want to have to open this with one hand. Okay, so I have the slip cover off now. I'm obviously kind of doing this the old-fashioned way because maybe they expect most people are going to unbox this using a knife. You can see I did it the old-fashioned way. I tried to peel off this and it's quite aggressive. You can see it's affected the box quite a lot. Anyway, let's open, and there she is. Yeah. I would say that, you know, it's obviously quite simplistic, the packaging. It's not quite up to like Apple standards, but you can see they're trying to go for that kind of simplistic. But anyway, who really cares about the packaging? That doesn't really matter that much really. You can see in there we've got the dongle, the batteries, and their Duracell. Ooh. And I believe there'll be a USB cable in there somewhere as well for charging. But the main thing is really, how does the controller feel? Now I've heard some other people, oh, and we got some styrofoam stuck on the side of it. I've heard some people saying that it feels kind of plasticky, and I've got styrofoam all over this thing. I'm gonna have to clean this off. Okay, interesting. I actually quite like how the triggers feel. Actually, they feel quite nice to me. This thing on the left here, yeah, when it's unpowered it does feel quite plasticky, I'd say, first impression. And the sound as well that it makes is quite a kind of plasticky sound. I mean, it is probably entirely made out of plastic. Thumbstick, I heard some people that were complaining about the thumbstick being gluey. I don't know, that feels fine to me actually. Feels pretty good to me, frankly. Okay, let's change hands. This is highly professional as always. Oh, interesting. So again, you can click this and, oh, I don't know. So I think this is going to be rather interesting. Let's try the other buttons here. Yeah, I mean, I would say that the buttons are slightly smaller than on other controllers. And when I have my Xbox One controller here, I think you can kind of see the buttons on here are much larger, I would say, or certainly a little bit larger. I mean, in terms of the thumbstick, I would say that the thumbstick on the Steam controller, for my, you know, in my opinion, feels slightly nicer actually than the one on the Xbox One controller. It just feels, I would say, slightly looser. But obviously this will be something that you can only really see when you're in a game, right? Yeah. But so yeah, I mean, I think that feels pretty good. The touchpad circular thing, I can kind of see why people get a feeling it's plasticky, because I think that's the thing that gives you that feeling of it being plasticky, you know? Everything else feels pretty much like a normal controller. It's slightly lighter, I would say. And again, I think that's why some people might say that it's like low quality or something, purely because it feels a bit lighter, you know, because when you feel something in your hand that's a bit heavy, then obviously that usually will give you the idea that it's a bit higher quality. I mean, all of the buttons, I don't know, they seem fine to me. These two here, start button and that, don't feel great. As long as they work, I mean, who cares, frankly. Yep, Steam button. But like I said, these buttons here, which are the important ones, these four, they do feel a little bit smaller. But we'll see in practice how this works out. Because obviously, the most important thing is how it feels when I'm actually playing a game. Clearly, that's by far the most important thing. And that's kind of the main reason I'm interested in this controller, to see how the touchpads work and see if it really is a better thing. Because obviously right now I'm using an Xbox 360 controller on my PC. I know that you can actually get a dongle for the Xbox One controller, but I haven't yet really done that. So it'll be interesting really seeing about how this controller will actually compare from using the Xbox 360 controller. And also, I believe, I mean, I'm assuming you can only use this for games which are on Steam, which is a little bit of a limitation, if you know, because I have quite a lot of games on Good Old Games and things like that. So I'm kind of wondering whether you're going to be able to actually use this on all of your games or only on Steam games. Because obviously the whole reason that they made this, or I would say that the main reason that they made this, is so that they can have Steam boxes, which is like their version of a console. So I'm thinking it might only be available for Steam games. But anyway, this is only the unboxing. I'm going to have to work all this out. So I will try to post updates. I don't know when, like as I experience, and you know, after I've had enough experience with the controller, then I will start to post updates. So thanks for watching this video, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.